Hi there guys, I hope you are having a good day. Now Tyson Fury is obviously training for December 5th and he is starting to look really lean and actually in really good shape for that day. Now the difference is with Tyson Fury this time and after his comeback is he trains in between camps. So he doesn't just wait for the fight to be made and then go into training camp and have to take off a load of weight. What he does now is trains like a professional athlete. He actually trains in between, which is very important, especially for someone at the level that he is at. So what Tyson Fury is doing this time around in his second reign is he's making sure that he stays in shape, and he looks in incredible shape already. He looks ready to go now, and he does look sharp, he looks fast, and I think that he is going to be looking for more knockouts in the future in his career. He did say that after the Deontay Wilder rematch, that he's going to start working in those right hands and look for the KOs, because he has had a lot of points decisions wins, and now he wants to get the knockouts. And maybe he doesn't have the concussive knockout punching power of someone like Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua, but what he does have is size, weight, and that can be a big advantage for someone like Tyson Fury. We saw it in the Wilder fight, he broke him down. It was the accumulation of punches and the weight, the size, the physical advantages that Tyson Fury imposed on Wilder that ultimately got to him. So that is what he is going to do going forwards. Just be the bigger man, because he's always going to be. In the heavyweight division, there aren't many challengers who are as big as a Tyson Fury, so what he can do is impose his size and physical strength and the power that he does have on his opponents. And I do think that Tyson Fury does look good going forwards. Obviously, when he boxes off the back foot, the thing that he needs is someone who comes to fight, otherwise he doesn't look that good in there. I mean, he's a very skillful fighter off the back foot, but he does need someone like Wilder or someone like that who comes to fight so that he can go on the back foot and avoid shots and get those smart little counter shots in. And that is when he does look good. But when he goes forwards, like in the Deontay Wilder rematch, he does look really good on the front foot. But it needs to be the right game plan tailored for the right opponent. You cannot just go in there expecting to knock your opponent out. You cannot go in there looking to load up and land those kind of punches unless it is something that is worked towards in the game plan, like it was with the Deontay Wilder rematch. Tyson Fury knew that to win that fight realistically, he needed to knock him out, because he got a bit of a rough deal with the judges the first time around, so the second time he was going to knock him out, and he wasn't allowing the judges to make that decision. He was going to make the decision for them by stopping Deontay Wilder. So he went in there looking for those right hands. He went in there looking to land those power shots and hurt Deontay Wilder with every single punch that he landed. And it did work. But the thing is, you cannot go in there every single time looking for a knockout, because then it doesn't come. A knockout comes naturally. But with Tyson Fury, the reason why it worked in that Wilder fight is because Wilder was a front foot fighter, then being pushed on the back foot by Tyson Fury, and he cannot fight off the back foot. So Tyson Fury took him to a place he's never been before, and a place that he did not know what to do when he was there. So that is how Tyson Fury broke down Deontay Wilder, not necessarily because he went in there just looking for a big right hand and a knockout. There was a method to what Tyson Fury was doing in there. Wilder cannot fight off the back foot, and that was definitely established in that rematch. What Wilder often does that maybe can give the illusion that he can fight off the back foot is he often steps back into the space. As soon as his opponent comes forward, he cocks that right hand back to his hip and then launches it. They are then on the end of his punch, but they are coming in also, which causes a devastating effect. So Tyson Fury was wary of that, because obviously if he's pushing Wilder back and he does set his feet, then that right hand is going to be coming. But what Tyson Fury done was he didn't allow him to set his feet. He did not allow him to cock that right hand. Tyson Fury was on him from start to finish, and that is what he needed to do if he was going to push Wilder back. Push him onto the back foot, not allow him to step back, and then when Tyson Fury comes forward, that right hand will be waiting for him. That never happened in the fight. The only right hands that Deontay Wilder got off was when Tyson Fury was himself going backwards or in a position to take that punch. That is how Tyson Fury can fight on the front foot. Not necessarily just going guns blazing, looking for a knockout, but it needs to be educated. Now, given that, I guess the question is, can Tyson Fury do that against other heavyweights, not just Deontay Wilder? Because Wilder was tailor-made to that game plan. So Tyson Fury had a game plan set for him specifically. can he go in there with the likes of, say, Dillian White, Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, and do the same thing and still get the result? Well, Tyson Fury in those tough fights at elite level does need to play to his strengths. So if the fighter on the opposing side to him is a front foot fighter, then what Tyson Fury needs to do is fight them at their own game. Because Tyson Fury is often a fighter who can do many things in the ring. Many things that you would not believe he can do. He's very big, very fast, and moves extremely well. And you have to wonder, can he beat the other fighter at their own game? Or is Tyson Fury a back foot fighter entirely? Does he need to go on the back foot to win fights? Not necessarily, because he proved that in the Deontay Wilder rematch. So if he goes in there with a front foot fighter and tries to push them on the back foot, he can do it because he's the bigger man and the stronger man. And he has a great jab, so he can back them up behind that jab, then bring the right hands in. The only issue is, he hurt Deontay Wilder. Can he hurt the other heavyweights with his power? Well, considering he is 19 stone, I believe yes. But the only thing is, Wilder does not fight off the back foot, as we said previously. The other fighters can. Anthony Joshua can. Alexander Usyk can. And that is the difference. Anthony Joshua can throw short, powerful shots as he is going backwards, and Deontay Wilder couldn't. So that is the big difference between Deontay Wilder and someone like Anthony Joshua. Same with Alexander Usyk, he can throw shots going backwards. So Deontay Wilder was quite one-dimensional, whereas Anthony Joshua, Alexander Usyk, they have different strings to their bow. They can do many different things. They can go forwards, they can go back, they can use angles, they have good and fast feet. Wilder is quite flat-footed and not necessarily that fast on his feet. Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk are completely different. They are both good boxers as well, underneath what else they are able to do. Alexander Usyk, the only issue he has is a punching power. If someone who's 19 stone is coming forward at him, like Tyson Fury would, then the question is, how is he going to be able to keep him off? Because you would think that, can Tyson Fury stand in there and have a boxing match with Usyk? He doesn't need to, and he shouldn't. He's the bigger man, and that is what he needs to use to his advantage in there with someone like Usyk, if that fight were to ever happen, because Tyson Fury has a huge size and weight advantage over him, so he can walk him down, he can use his size and lean on him, and to tire Usyk out. Derek Chisora done that. He used his size to stick in there with an elite level fighter, in a fight where Derek Chisora was given little to no chance, but he used all of the attributes that he had, just as Usyk was using against him, and that is why Tyson Fury will be able to beat Usyk if he goes on the front foot, as opposed to standing there boxing with him. Anthony Joshua is a different thing entirely, because Joshua can fight off the back foot, he can fight going forwards, but he's also 6'6", he's also around 17 stone, maybe 18 sometimes. He wouldn't be going in there with Tyson Fury, I don't believe, but still, he has the size, the weight, the power, the reach, the jab, and all of those things to make it a difficult night for Tyson Fury. So that will be the difference in that instance. If he tries to push Anthony Joshua back, then Anthony Joshua has many things that he can call upon that will help him in a fight with Tyson Fury if Tyson Fury did do that. That's why it's a lot more difficult in there at this level, at elite level, because I think we have to agree that Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua are elite level fighters. So in those kind of fights, it's not just as simple as go in there looking for the knockout, because that fighter across the ring from Tyson Fury will have a remedy for that, so Tyson Fury needs to be a lot more educated. But in there with someone like Wilder, or Agit Kabayel, Carlos Takam, those kind of fighters, he can walk forwards, he can use his size, weight and power to knock them out. But again, it still does need to be educated. But those fighters don't have as many dimensions as Usyk and as Anthony Joshua. That is why Tyson Fury, I believe, if he does go in there looking to be exciting and explosive and get a knockout, then I believe that he can. It's just in there with elite level fighters, he is going to have to make sure he uses more of his attributes, not just the size, weight, reach advantage that he will have. And Tyson Fury will do that. But at the moment, I would like to see him be exciting. I would like to see him go in there looking for a KO instead of looking to box, because I think that he's very good when he goes on the front foot. I really enjoyed his performance over Deontay Wilder in the second fight. Guys, anyway, what are your thoughts on this? Make sure you leave your thoughts in the comments below, leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Thanks guys.